Welcome, everyone, to the Avengenerds podcast, where we talk Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host, Peyton, and with me is my co-host, Toro.
Yo!
We have a great show for everyone this week. We're going to be talking about Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Tron, Ares, and a bunch of other stuff we watched these past couple weeks. Because, man, we haven't posted in like 2 weeks. I don't know how these other podcasters do it, Toro. How do they just come up with topics every week?
I'm not so sure. I really don't know.
It's crazy. It's like we're like, hey, are we recording? Yeah. What's the topic? I don't know. Oh well.
Yeah, and then we just like get on our Xboxes and start playing for like hours and hours on end.
Yeah.
And then it continues the next week.
Hey, maybe if we were getting paid, we'd have some incentive.
That's true.
Yeah, this is pure hobby. For 4 years. But anyway, so there's that and the news of the week. If you want to jump around, there's going to be time codes in the description or the show notes. And with that, let's just get right into the news. We only have one piece of news, and then we could just get into everything that we watched. Adam Driver revealed that he was developing a new Star Wars movie, The Hunt for Ben Solo, with Steven Soderbergh. It was going to be set after The Rise of Skywalker. Lucasfilm, particularly Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni, loved the idea, but the Disney higher-ups and Bob Iger said no, quoting that they didn't see how Ben Solo was alive. Sources close to the production have also said the decision was politically motivated. Steven Soderbergh said, quote, "In the aftermath of the Hunt for Ben Solo situation, I asked Kathleen Kennedy if Lucasfilm had ever turned in a finished movie script for green light to Disney and had rejected it, and she said no, this was a first." So Rebecca Blunt, who is Steven Soderbergh's wife, was the screenwriter. Scott Z. Burns was paid more money than any other screenwriter in Lucasfilm history to complete the script. Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, and Carrie Beck were directly involved throughout the development. The film had a final script, they had a budget, and they were ready to start filming before they presented it to Disney and got it rejected.
God, I would hate that so much, dude. Like, I would hate that. And that's just like my biggest worry is as like someone who's wanting to pursue like this industry. Like, imagine like you're spending so much time on like an idea, right? You have like a lot of people in mind. You have like a director who's like willing to like shoot it. You get everything done, and then like it just like gets rejected like that.
It's truly bizarre. And they say part of the decision is politically motivated. I assume that means, I feel like Bob Iger and sort of the higher ups see a lot of the sequels stuff as like poison because people hate it. But to me, and how most other people see it, is like the prequels, where despite everyone, you know, at the time, of course, hating the prequels, everyone, even the people who hated it, were like, yeah, those prequels were shit. But Ewan McGregor was very good. And the sequels sort of went through the same thing. It's like, man, like some people like them, some people hate them, but some people, you know, most people, even the people who hate them, are like, yeah, the sequels are shit. But Adam Driver as Kylo Ren is pretty fucking cool. So now they develop a Hunt for Ben Solo movie with Steven Soderbergh as director, which is a massive get. Steven Soderbergh, of course, was probably a, you know, worked with Adam Driver really closely on it because, you know, he did Logan Lucky with him, and that's an incredible director to get for Star Wars. They had a script ready, spent the most amount of money they've ever spent on a script in the history of the company, and still got it rejected because I don't think Disney can see past, I think, what people say online, which is all the sequels, well, whatever. It's truly bizarre to me. Not to mention, it was revealed that Khmer, Torn, if you remember the Acolyte show, which I know you haven't seen, but
wait, what?
The Acolyte.
I have seen it. What the fuck are you talking about?
You watched it? I thought you just saw clips.
Yeah. No, I watched like the full show.
Oh, okay.
Like a while ago.
Okay, Khmer, the hot Asian guy.
Yes.
or the
Yeah,
Stranger.
Manny Jacinto's character, yes.
Yes. Eventually was to become the first Knight of Ren, and founded the Knights of Ren, which was revealed in the Art of the Acolyte book by director Leslie Headland, or showrunner Leslie Headland. It said, quote, "It was in the design of the character, as well as knowing that we were going to introduce Darth Plagueis," which we saw at the end of season 1, who has to end up with Palpatine as his apprentice, following the rule of 2, precept that limited to the Sith to just 2 at any given moment, a master and an apprentice. One way to keep it going is if the Stranger is the first Knight of Ren, part of the Sith adjacent cult that we eventually know survives. So yeah, I mean, if you're a loser like me, you knew this was coming. Not only, like she said, it was in the design of the character, that much was clear, but at some point in the show, I can't remember exactly when, Kylo Ren's theme actually plays. So, you put the two together, Knights of Ren. But yeah, so it seemed like this was all going to connect in some way, Kamir being the first Knight of Ren, obviously the hunt for Ben Solo, how that was going to play out. It's truly, this is soul crushing to me that this got canned. I will say that the fact that both Adam Driver and Steven Soderbergh are both coming out very unabashedly being like, this is what we were working on, this is what happened, it got canned and whatever, very much feels like, and other people have said this, very much feels like a Deadpool situation when the Deadpool test footage leaked, which basically single-handedly got the movie greenlit, because this isn't the first time, Star Wars stuff has, come and gone and been canceled. Now, it happened, literally, Lucasfilm has been heavily criticized for it in the past. It happens all the time. But this is the first time where the creators themselves are like, yo, we're working on this really cool thing, and they just told us to fuck off. It's just, it's unfortunate because it sounds really cool. And also, one of the funniest thing is you have a ton of people, throughout basically since 2015, since The Force Awakens came out, just shitting on Kathleen Kennedy and shitting on the sequels and shitting on Disney Star Wars and all this. This is the first time I think I have ever seen the Star Wars community united, like just railing against Bob Iger and Disney for canning this. Do you know how that is big in itself? Just like having Star Wars fans who notoriously hate most things to be like, we should probably get this. I hate everything that you're saying for. Crazy work. Yeah, to get the entire Star Wars community to rally is, it's an insane feat, especially recently. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm really hoping that this is a Deadpool situation, and hopefully Disney sees the outcry online and the desire for this film, and it does get made. It's one of those things, like the fact that Adam Driver is at all gung-ho for this is great, because we have a lot of the actors from those sequels films have a bad taste in their mouth, mostly like Oscar Isaac and John Boyega. Both basically, John Boyega has been like, yeah, I'll come back if it's but he wants to be heavily involved, and Oscar Isaac is like, I'll come back if they give me a shitload of money. Obviously we know Daisy Ridley's coming back, but obviously Adam Driver wants to come back. He clearly gives a shit about this character enough to work with the director he's worked with before and be heavily involved with the story and stuff like that. That's super cool to see from someone behind the character. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing, man.
I don't know either.
Unfortunate. A lot of people are also, they're hoping like, oh, maybe we'll get an Acolyte season 2 and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know at this point.
I hope so.
Hey, but Mandalorian and Grogu next year. We'll get that. Look, there's so much hate for that movie right now. I'm not one of those people, but at the same time, we're getting that, but not a Hunt for Ben Solo movie. Are we for real? Like, what are we doing? But yeah, that is the news of the week, which means it's time to move on to our topic. What? Oh,
wait.
I'm waiting.
I want to speak about this real quick.
Oh, okay.
I know we talked about it a little bit off the air, but
okay.
To all my horror fans out there and for people who do care, the Scream 7 trailer dropped.
Trash.
I'm
just kidding.
Trash?
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I feel like there is, like, you know, I don't really call trailers this or anything like that, but it feels like the trailer was kind of like a plate of reheated nachos type of thing, you know. It definitely feels, I mean, obviously, like, they're desperate to bring people back in for it. And it, you know, it's unfortunate because, you know, we talked about the situation with Melissa Beretta and Jenna Ortega, and so now, like, in the trailer, I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna say anything about spoilers or stuff like that. I don't like me personally. I feel like I just don't want to really. I don't want to give that disclaimer as of right now, only because, like, we know what's gonna happen. There is a strong possibility. There's been a lot of rumors that actually have been confirmed about it, but in the trailer, like, they both Melissa Beretta and Jenna Ortega's character dies, like, off screen, which is crazy.
In the trailer been for like Scream 7?
Yeah, they said, yeah, like, your friends died, like, your friends are dead. They died off screen. Was it clear that it was them? It's clear because, like, Neve Campbell says it, and then it cuts to like the other two characters. So it's heavily implied that they died off screen.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the trailer because I don't remember that at all.
And then, obviously, the biggest like confirmation that, I mean, if you didn't get in the trailer, Matthew Lillard said it like he, you know, he was like, he was somewhere over the weekend, and he was like, yeah, fuck ICE. You know, we need to be more political as ever. He's like, yeah, like, Stu is back in Scream 7. Go watch that shit. And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's at the end of the trailer. Know? He says, what did he say at the end of the trailer? He said, like, this is going to be fun or something like that.
Yeah, he says this is going to be fun, and then he also uses the word again, and then he says, like, and then he also says in the trailer, I'm tired of hiding. Yeah,
and then a while ago, I think, like, right before they started filming, they released a thing. It was like Matthew Lillard, like, writing a little note, like, yeah.
Which, like, and, you know, and it's very unfortunate because, like, I do like the Scream franchise, and it's like a very conflicted. It's very conflicting as somebody who, like, not only wants to make movies but also actively, like, watches movies, to, like, you know, like, to wants to, like, you know, support a franchise, but, like, you know, after what they did to Melissa, like, I just don't really, like, care to, like, support it, like, support Scream 7, you know. Like, if someone were to be like, hey, you want to go watch Scream 7? I'm gonna, like, make sure, like, the ticket's free or something. Like, or like, I'm just gonna walk in.
Yeah. Okay. So it's conflicting. It's okay. So, okay. First thing I'll say, the only thing story-wise that I'm worried about Scream 7 being is, like, the Scream franchise is known for its meta commentary on slashers and franchise films and just films in general.
Yeah.
What is the meta commentary going to be here? Because if Stu's coming back, it's like, okay, like, that's not out of the realm of, you know, the meta commentary world, but I also feel like we did that in Scream 5.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what the meta commentary is going to be here. That being said, the writer or co-writer for Scream 7 is the same as Scream 1, 2, and 4, which are arguably some of the best in the franchise. That's not a guarantee it'll be good, but it is a good sign. And obviously you can only get so much from a trailer. Also, the general way Hollywood works, the first trailer for things is like almost like a sizzle reel of like, oh, look at these cool things, sort of like giving you a visual idea of the film. And then the second trailer is more like, okay, what's the story? So I guess we'll see in the second trailer more so. But yeah, and as far as like the political stuff surrounding the film, I have learned it's still a shitty situation, mind you, about Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega and stuff like that. But Neve Campbell and her husband are very pro-Palestine, are very open about that, particularly her husband. And a lot of the other cast members in Scream 7 are also pro-Palestine. So I'm again, I'm not saying that Melissa Barrera didn't get fired for being pro-Palestine, but it likely was. I feel like it was less of a like we as a company believe this and more of like we get scared because, you know, at the time the initial reaction was very anti-Palestine, and so they fired her as like a reactionary sort of thing. And now the tide has sort of turned, and now Hollywood feels very pro-Palestine. You're seeing a lot of that stuff now. So yeah, I it's like.
So what you're saying is you're gonna watch the movie. You're gonna go pay to see.
I was gonna watch the movie regardless, but like as far as like paying to see it, I don't know. I really don't know.
Like I said, like if it's gonna be like a ticket, I gotta make sure that shit's free. Like, I mean, like we got.
I'll probably see it for free in some way. Like I wonder if something comes out the same day.
And look, man,
then fuck it.
Hoping for an early access where I can sign us up again.
You right. I wouldn't be surprised. They want to get motherfuckers. They want to get people, you know, on board. Hey, man, maybe we'll come out and be like, hey, this is actually sick as fuck.
Look, but man, we've been going to the movies pretty often. We can use our points for a free ticket.
Yeah, it really is a political thing because, like, hypothetically, if if all the political stuff with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega stuff didn't happen, right? But for the seventh film, they decided to pivot, and it didn't involve those characters, I wouldn't be upset. Mm-hmm. It's just the fact that they were let go because of that makes it like, whoa, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the creative choice, but it's also like, did they plan to have them? Like, what was the story? I don't know. I'll just have to watch the trailer again to see if, like, you know, if they were killed on screen, or off screen, that's not cool. It's not cool at all. It also feels like one of those things like people online give more of a shit than like Melissa Barrera actually does. And also Melissa Barrera she's a jobbing actor. She's like has since worked for studios that are, you know, pro-Israel and stuff like that. I mean, what are you gonna do? I don't know, Torn. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a fucking expert. Stop asking me shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Jeez. What, are you trying to get me canceled?
No.
Trying to Gen Z me?
Well, I mean, that's all I had in terms of news. I just want to talk about the Scream 7 trailer.
Yay, Scream 7.
Yippee.
Yeah, I just had to get into it now. I could have just not watched them. Now I wouldn't have to deal with this.
Yeah, you're in it now, buddy. Yeah.
I still won't watch Friday the 13th or Halloween, though.
Why?
Because I don't give a shit.
Bro, at least watch like the reboot ones.
No.
Why not?
Why would I watch the rebooted ones?
You're dumb, bro. You're not gonna watch Halloween 2018, which is like
I'll
one
watch
of the
Halloween
best.
Ends.
You're dumb, dude. You're dumb, and like I'm a Halloween Ends like like Defender. Like
Oh,
I like the movie. It's not terrible. It's definitely like it was marketed poorly for sure, but like I don't think it's like a horrible movie. I think it's just like executed like the execution was like not great. Kills is just like kills is kills, to be honest. I think if Kills was like way more like aggressive in terms of like its pacing and like the structure of the film, I think it would have been a lot better. But some parts are like super slow. And then
I've seen Freddy versus Jason.
but yeah, that's goated.
All right.
You could watch you should watch look, yeah, you don't have to watch the entirety of Friday the 13th. Like I get it. But if you were to watch a solo Jason movie or a movie that has just Jason in it, you should watch Friday the 13th 2009 cuz that is the best on-screen Jason.
I'm
I don't
good.
give a fuck what I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's the best Jason ever. And yeah, you're taking it up by not watching Halloween.
Hey, bro. I just the
Bro, I
only
just
reason
think you
I was,
don't like horror movies, bro.
the only reason I was interested in Scream was because of the meta commentary, and I was like, that's fucking sick, actually.
It is sick.
I don't care about the other. I don't care.
I just don't think you like horror movies, bro.
No, I did. I never did.
That's crazy, man. Don't like getting a little scare every now and then.
No.
You don't have like a little rush of adrenaline.
No.
That's crazy, man.
I don't think it is.
All right, let's move on to the topic. Let's go for it.
Oh yeah.
Bro said, "Oh yeah."
I was gonna say time code. What the fuck is that? I don't know. Let's talk about Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's about Frankenstein.
I was gonna say non-spoilers but it's fucking Frankenstein. What do you want? it's not something you can really. I mean, it's Frankenstein.
There's so many adaptations and iterations of Frankenstein that like you have got to have seen the movie at least in some way, shape, or form by now. If you haven't, good luck, buddy. You're living under a rock. But Frankenstein, bro, like it's honestly, I want to see it again. And I think I might change my score to a 4.5.
Really?
I do. The more it's one of those movies, the more I think about it, the more I love it. It is such a beautiful movie. It's about as Guillermo del Toro as it gets. Guillermo del Toro, he knows like his strengths, and they obviously shine in this movie, along with not only just the immaculate set design and setting of gothic horror, but just down to the characters and the overall aesthetic of everything. It's just so great. It's so good. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I loved seeing every single person in the performances. I think I like Jacob. They need to give Jacob Elordi an Oscar. I think he did such a phenomenal job as the monster, Victor's monster, the creature, whatever you want to call him. I really just love seeing that. Oscar Isaac playing a power hungry, narcissistic man, just so good. And then Mia Goth, as always, great modern horror queen as she is, doing what she does best and providing that well needed depth and having just great chemistry with Jacob Elordi as well. Was so great. I really enjoyed this film a lot. Like dare I say it? I would like an extended edition of Frankenstein. I don't know. I just cannot get enough of Guillermo del Toro. He is such a fantastic director, fantastic writer.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I enjoy his work like so much. And with that, I gave Frankenstein a 4 out of 5. But like I said, I was thinking about making it a 4.5 just because like the visuals are so beautiful, and just everything about this film is so great.
Yeah, saying you want an extended cut is kind of crazy because my biggest complaint is that it felt too long.
Yeah, I know. We had talked about that.
Yeah, at a point, I was feeling the runtime, and it's one of those things because it's like, usually it's like, oh, it felt too long or it dragged or whatever. It's like, oh, well, you could have cut this part out or this part out. There's nothing in this that I would cut. You know, it just, I don't know. I don't know what I would have changed. It's like it just felt too long. Mm-hmm. Maybe that would subside on a rewatch, or maybe it would exacerbate it. I'm not sure, but to me it felt too long. If this doesn't get an Oscar nomination for production design or hair and makeup, I'm going to punch Netflix. I'm going to destroy the Academy itself, because this movie looks ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I also wrote my Letterboxd review. I apologize, Jacob Elordi, I wasn't familiar with your game, because I think this is the first, well, that's not actually true, but this is one of the first things like I've actually like really seen him in. I don't know, I had this idea, him in my head as this just like, I don't know, one of those actors that's in like The Kissing Booth or some shit, you know, like one of those guys. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna hold your hand when I say
He's
this.
in The Kissing Booth. I know, that's why it popped up in my head.
Yes, he's in The Kissing Booth, bro.
But that's what I mean. It's like that caliber of actor where it's like yeah, you're good enough, but you're not going to be in a Guillermo del Toro movie.
Hey, bro, he's in all three of The Kissing Booth.
I know. I haven't seen Priscilla.
Yeah, no. He's good in Priscilla.
I should add that to my watch list.
You're not gonna watch Saltburn. That's too
Hell
freaky
no.
for you. That's way too freaky for you. But he's great in that too. You're also not gonna watch On Swift Horses. That's way too freaky for you as well.
Hey, bro, you talking about freaky shit? That's why I'm surprised you haven't seen fucking Midsummer.
I have. I just haven't logged it. I have, yes.
No, you haven't, you fucking liar. We talked about it already. When I watched Midsummer, you're like, oh, I haven't actually seen it. I haven't really seen the full thing.
Yeah,
you only watch clips and shit.
Know. Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Here, God, Jesus Christ.
Dude, the kill count got me, bro. James Lee Janice got me, bro.
No, that's not the same thing, man. It's not the same thing.
Hey, look, man. Trust.
But anyway, point is, he was terrific in this. Like, it kind of, literally in the entire movie, I was like, this could have been Andrew Garfield.
I know, it's always like the what if, but like, even then, gosh.
Yeah, but it's like I had a hard time being like, would this be better with Andrew Garfield? He was really good. I'm fascinated what
exists.
I'm fascinated what that timeline would have looked like with Andrew Garfield. It's like watching Thunderbolts and being like, that could have been Steven Yeun.
For real.
But yeah, this was it was very good, despite my complaint being it being too long. That's really my only complaint. It was very, very good. I mean, I have nitpicks, like one of them being, I wish there was more action. It's a Frankenstein movie, so it's not necessarily it's not an action movie, but the when there was action, I was like, this is very good. Like right at the beginning, this is a minor spoiler, but it's right at the beginning. The monster is decimating those guys, and he doesn't do it, but like the way he hits him, the dude folds in half.
Yeah,
I was like, this is hilarious. He was rocking their shit. It was so good. I wanted more of that.
Man's like so fucking strong too. Bro's like moving a whole ass ship and everything.
Yeah.
But
yeah, very, very fucking good movie, man. I can't give it any lower than an 8. I just can't. I thought, like, you know, it's a gut feeling. Sometimes it's like, what if I messed around and gave this a 7, but it feels wrong in my gut, so I got to give it an 8. I don't know. I don't think this is going to a 9 for me personally, but it's very good.
Sure.
Oscar Isaac, terrific. Just being the most unlikable piece of shit.
Yeah, you don't really root for the guy.
They even like he has such a like he has a face Del Toro would sculpt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, how hasn't this happened already kind of thing. Being Goth was fine.
fine is crazy.
She was probably my least favorite performance.
Actually, no.
It's not that she was bad. It's just
you're right. You're right. She is fine.
There was nothing special about her performance, in my opinion. You know who was good? Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, I loved seeing him get the Gwen treatment.
Jesus.
God, man.
But yeah, this movie was surprisingly violent. I wasn't going into it expecting it to be so violent.
But I'm glad it was.
Yes, it elevates it a lot. But yeah, I don't know what else to say.
I don't know what to say.
It's
like I said, it's man. About. Yeah, I know. That's just, like I said, it's Guillermo del Toro at its best.
You know, I saw some complaints from specifically people who have like read the book, and as someone who has read the book, I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, it's also just like one of those things where like, yeah, like I'm a book is like not always gonna be translated like to like 100% to like, you know, like a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like I want to read the book because of the movie now, and because of it also like
it's pretty short book.
What pretty short.
Yeah, it's not that long, at least from memory.
Oh, I was like I said, I want to check into that. Oh, it's 280 pages.
Yeah, it's short.
Not bad. But yeah, I have nothing else to say.
What do you want to talk? You want to talk about Tron Ares or One Battle After Another?
Let's talk about One Battle After Another.
Word. It was fine.
Okay.
Is what I would say if I was a dumbass. This shit was great.
This shit was so fire.
This is one of those rare movies where I'm like, it's a terrific film, but it's also like, look, we watch a lot of stuff, and there's stuff that you can like only recommend to like certain people.
Yeah.
This is like an all-timer that I feel like I could recommend to almost anyone. The only issue is that it would be too long for some people.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, you have 3 hours to spare, like go for it. But even then, like even though if it's like it's almost 3 hours, it doesn't feel like that at all. Like it's paced very, very well.
Yeah, unlike Frankenstein.
Bro.
Unlike Frankenstein, I did not feel the runtime on this.
Yeah. Like it's just like even then, like it just keeps you like so engaged because like literally the title says it's one battle after another. Like it just keeps going. There's so much shit that's popping up and that includes into the story. And I really, really enjoyed this film like a whole lot. I think everything about this film is fantastic. From like performances, from like writing, cinematography. It's just so great. It is so good. And it's funny, this is my first Paul Thomas Anderson film. And it's like wow, like you want to be a filmmaker and you haven't seen anything with Paul Thomas Anderson? No. Up until One Battle After Another, it's my first film of his. I wanted to watch Licorice Pizza, but that never happened.
Yeah, this movie, it's one of those movies that has everything. It has romance, it has drama, it has a good amount of comedy, it has action, but not in like it's like tense action. It's not, it's not John Wick, but like, it's such a good, well done film. And I said in my review for it that it felt like Paul Thomas Anderson was like, it felt like a greatest hits. Like he was inspired by a ton of filmmakers and he like just put it all into this movie. Yeah. It's also like, apparently it's a story he's been working on for like 20 years.
Jeez.
And apparently like it's been like almost like active development. Like there was a bunch of like other stars who were like attached to do it. I don't remember the exact specifics of that, but yeah, the performances were just absolutely outstanding. Chase Infinity, who this is her first movie, right?
Not entirely sure. Let me check.
I think this is her first like official film. I'm sure she's done like, other stuff, but I think it said like introducing Chase Infinity.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. She was in a TV show like in 2024. It's called Presumed Innocent.
I heard about that one. But yeah, she was absolutely incredible. Leonardo DiCaprio, who for me, he's there was that meme for a while like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't have an Oscar and when is he going to get his Oscar and stuff like that. But he's always been like relatively hit or miss for me. Not like he's always been a good actor, but like, how do I put this? It made sense to me that he had never won an Oscar. He's never really felt like an all-timer. However, now this is an Oscar-worthy performance from Leonardo DiCaprio right here. Not that fucking Revenant trash, His best performance has got to be like One Battle After Another, fucking Django. I really like Catch Me If You Can. But yeah, he was just very, very, very good in this. Benicio del Toro is also just delightful in this. He's just a fucking, I don't even know how to describe. He's been on a run of playing just like kind of goofy, but like very competent and cool people. And I like seeing that from Benicio del Toro.
I think for me, I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, as did I. No, I gave it a 4.5.
Give it a 4.5.
Yeah, because Sean Penn made me feel gross.
Like black women?
I love him.
Love him. love that commentary right there.
Yeah, Sean Penn was very good in this. But I can't take him seriously.
That's fair.
It's not his fault. It's nothing against him. I can't take him seriously. There's something about, he's not supposed to be like, he's meant to be sort of like a tragic isn't the right word.
Ironic?
A loser.
Oh, like, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. But incredible film. Incredible. But as good as One Battle After Another was, maybe the best film of this year probably has to go to Tron Ares.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Tron Ares was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Phenomenal to look at.
When the end of the year comes around and we do our best and worst of 2025, Tron Ares is going to be on the best list.
For sure. But yeah, no, for when it comes to Tron Ares, we saw it in IMAX, and I feel like that is the only way to watch a movie, watch this movie in particular, is in IMAX. And it was the way to go. It really, really was. I think that the visuals, like all the nice colors and everything, were really nice to look at. I know a lot of people were upset when Daft Punk wasn't coming back to do the score, but then we got 9 Inch Nails. I think they lived up to the to the expectation.
Yeah, it was really funny because I remember when, because obviously Daft Punk broke up or they retired or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And they weren't coming back, and people were really disappointed. I was like, man, that's a huge loss. Like, and then it was revealed that 9 Inch Nails, and everyone was like, oh, never, we're back, we're good.
Yeah.
Best case scenario.
And and it's like, I know a lot of people like the Daft Punk score, and they're like, it's just better than 9 Inch Nails. I think they're just on par. Like, I think it's a little on par for me.
Yeah, I talked to you about it. As good as that Daft Punk score is, 9 Inch Nails is more my style of music.
Yeah.
So for me, the Ares soundtrack is better, but that's, music is so subjective. And it's also very clear that 9 Inch Nails was clearly like, they're directly feeding off of the Daft Punk score. It's not, they're not completely doing their own thing.
Most definitely. But yeah, no, as for our IMAX experience, it was really, really nice to see. However, just because you can have a good IMAX experience does not mean the movie isn't bad. The movie is pretty bad, like, for the most part. I gave it a 4 out of 5 because of the fact that I had a great IMAX experience. However, the actual movie is like it's like a 4 to 5 out of 10. It's pretty mid. It's very generic. No one really adds anything to like their roles. Me personally, I would say the best performance is Evan Peters, and I'm kind of speaking with like a little bit of bias because I like Evan Peters, but he really does like give off like this like spoiled man child who's trying to earn acceptance in like the best way he can as possible. Uh, while I think that Jared Leto is probably one of the best actors of our generation, I think that he does nothing. He is so flat. He is so like plain, and it's just insane how like
Intriguing.
what.
His performance.
Yeah, no, it's like this whole thing is like, oh yeah, like he's an AI, like, but even like he's an AI meant to go on orders, and while like he's the person that's like breaking out of like the show, right? But even then, like it does like it just doesn't feel anything. Like,
Yeah, it's
I
because
don't.
it's like Clue wasn't that way.
Yeah,
Flynn, am I still to create the
so
perfect
you're the perfect
system?
system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, man. But but yeah, no, like, and then even that, like, you have like Jodie Turner Smith, who like I feel like she does well for sure as Athena. Like she did pretty well, and I enjoyed what we got of her character. And then Greta Lee, I didn't really get much from her either. Like I can like obviously there's like he's playing a person who's like following her sister's footsteps and blah 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 and everything like that, right? But like it doesn't do anything. And the comedic relief, no offense to him, but he fucking sucks. The movie could have done better without him. Like I'm being so fucking for real. Like it's like the time that he was on screen, I think I had like the I could tolerate him less and less. It felt like immense anger where I kept seeing his fucking face. Um, so if they had written him out of the movie, I think it wouldn't have changed anything. So like, yeah,
Whose
whatever.
face?
The fucking guy who kept being with her, the main character,
Oh, like
the
the
fucking
comic relief?
the comic relief, yeah, that fucking dude. He brings nothing to like anything. He's not even funny. Like I said, this is no offense like to the actor. He's given what he's given, but like, oh well.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Like
No,
if he
he
fucking
didn't
died,
add anything, no.
if he died, then like oh shit, dude, like good, awesome. There's some stakes involved, but no. Um, yeah, no, like, and then even then, like there's like obviously when it comes to Disney, like I know that they're trying their best to be kid friendly and still trying to have something that brings in a lot of people, but it just feels so fucking formulaic. What the fuck did Tron do to like deserve this shit, bro? And like Tron Legacy was like, obviously it was a success, even though it did get like a lot of hate, like when it came out from what I've heard and seen.
Yeah, I did know.
So then like you have Legacy, that made like $409 million in the box office. And then I know like Tron Uprising came out, and I heard that was like really, really good. And then like, what the fuck was this? Like, I feel like we should have gotten like a sequel to like Sam and Cora's story
Mm-hmm.
in this one. But like, obviously they're written off to where like, oh yeah, they sold the company to like these sisters, and now we're in like a AI arms race, and to make sure that AI stays permanent in the real world and everything. I don't know. It doesn't really. It's not really as engaging as I thought it would be. Um, Given that like I said, the visuals do look good. The fucking special effects are just amazing. But yeah, nothing ever brings out into the story. Also, to add on to that, we have fucking Cameron Monaghan in this shit, bro. And he's in it for 30 seconds, less than that actually. like, and then it's like it's crazy because before we saw the movie, well, the movie that came out, but like this is before we saw it.
Yeah.
We were seeing clips of him like doing the choreography. And I'm like, man, like this shit's like awesome. Like I hope he's in the movie
He's moving, putting that Star Wars shit like to work.
And exactly. And it's just like, man, like, he's doing really good. And it's like, I hope we see him for like a while in the film. No, he's masked the entire time while he's doing the choreography, and then they take off his mask and like he's dead. And then like because like in the story, like Ares has like a connection to him because he considers him a friend, and he's like, and Evan Peters is like, yeah, like he's gone for good, like fuck it. Which is so dumb because why are you wasting Cameron Monaghan? Like I feel like Cameron Monaghan should be like one of the biggest stars right now. Gosh, and
he's definitely an underrated actor. I don't know. Yeah, it's not his fault either.
It's not.
It's like,
I just don't know why they're wasting him like this.
I mean, I told you, like, Cameron Monaghan would have been a better lead than Jared Leto.
Yeah, most definitely.
For anyone that doesn't know, the only reason Jared Leto is even a fucking lead in this is because he's a major producer on the film. I mean, he's a major reason why this got made in the first place. So, he kind of, I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate. Jared Leto's a big Tron fan.
Yeah, way to have Jared Leto kill off the franchise, man.
Yeah,
we ain't never getting Tron back for another like 15 fucking years.
Yeah,
but even then, like, one thing I did like about the film was I did like him going to the 80s. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, which is definitely like Jared Leto was like, I want a scene where I'm in the original Tron.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen.
Well, one thing I will say though is that I wish we got more of like the grid. Like I wanted to see more of how the grid was like in modern day. Had we gotten more of that, then that would have been pretty cool to see, but we didn't. So that fucking sucks.
Jeff Bridges was completely unnecessary.
You think so?
Yeah, he served no purpose.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Bro. Tron isn't in this.
Tron is not in this at all. Oh, dude, people were like, oh my god, it's so funny. Some person like made like a video, they were like, oh my god, Jared Leto becomes the new Tron, and people were like, Tron is a fucking character, not like a it's not like anything else. And then the person was like, what? Like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, Tron's like a character. He's not
named after a character,
and he's still alive. He's like, what? Like, what does that mean? Like, he's just being so stupid. I'm like, bruh, imagine being sidelined in your own film, bruh. Yeah, Tron was sidelined twice, but still
unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Yeah, we don't get anything of Tron at all. That would have been cool to see, like, see him in more CGI face.
Yeah, it's also annoying because, like you said, like I would have preferred a direct sequel to Legacy, and then spoilers, obviously. But at the end, they tease like Jared Leto's character, oh, he's gonna go find Sam Flynn and Cora, and it's like, cool, man. Yeah. We're never gonna fucking see that.
Yeah.
Should have just done that from the fucking what are we doing here, man? Like, what?
Look, Jared Leto, if you could do us a favor, put all your money into this next sequel, man. And
no, don't do that. Please. I don't want to see his fucking face, man.
No.
It makes me physically nauseous seeing his face.
Dude, come on, bro.
Creep ass Jared Leto. Bro. He's so fucking gross.
Damn, bro.
He's hard to look at.
That's crazy. He's one of my inspirations, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
Fuck you, mean? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, bro. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, no, we're goodbye, Tron. It was nice. It was nice watching you while it lasted.
Yeah. I feel like if we ever see any sort of Tron thing in live action again, it's gonna be some show on Disney Plus or something.
Oh, also speaking of the whatever, that's something that's never also gonna be explored is that Evan Peters fucking like uses
Oh yeah,
his shit on himself, and like he turns or
into
he
the
like
bad guy from the first film. I forgot the name.
his grandfather.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy was probably supposed to be the original villain.
That would have been nice to see.
Because like the whole Ares thing is not new. Like that's been a thing for years.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. I do agree with the sentiment that the movie felt like a very big budget music video for the Nine Inch Nails album. Which, you know what, like, and I was telling you and some friends this, but like just to hear the soundtrack in a theater was worth the price of admission.
I know. I was like, dude, God, man, dude. I mean, I'm still listening to these tracks today, but like you just hearing all that bass and all that instruments like in your body and your bones while
Feeling my drums vibrate.
That was so good. And then like when we walked out of the theater of our IMAX theater, the person opened up the door to like their theater that was also playing Tron Ares. It was a non-IMAX, just like loud ass shit, man. And we're like, damn, like what the
Hey, bro, I was tempted to walk in just to listen.
I know. I'm just like, hey, dude, like what the fuck are they gonna do? Like, we paid our fee for today.
Yeah, and ain't no one in that theater except the guy that walked in. No one's watching this shit.
And then like him, like that guy and his girlfriend like walked out. I'm like, hell, like two free seats. Like fuck, that was so crazy.
Yeah, I gave Ares a 7 out of 10.
Although for the entire experience.
Yeah.
I gave it. So it was a 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it a 4. Just because like the Nine Inch Nails stuff was just like it was infused in my brain, so I gave it a half a star higher.
No, I was the same way, but then I thought about it for a bit, and I was like, "What am I doing? This is 3.5."
Yeah, what the fuck am I doing in my life?
What am I doing? Jared Leto's trash, bro. He became a real boy.
Fucking Pinocchio.
They saw Barbie, and they were like, "Oh, we should do that, but with Tron."
Yeah.
Well, what now?
What else? Well, I mean, what do you watch? What did you watch, man?
Do you want me to go first? Because
you watched more things than I did.
Oh, I didn't just watch shit, bro.
You watched some fucking bangers, so go for it.
I watched some bangers. I watched some mid, but I'll start off with I played Ghost of Yote.
You beat it.
Yeah. I actually meant to talk about it the last episode we did, but I forgot to write it down, so I forgot to talk about it.
Gosh, man.
Very good. Pretty much, as far as gameplay goes, better in every way than Ghost of Tsushima. Not like Ghost of Tsushima was bad. It's just, that's what a sequel should be. It's better and expands on the previous thing. A lot of the discourse for this game really comes into the main characters and the story. In my opinion, it's about the same. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think the Ghost of Tsushima story is like fucking revolutionary. Neither is Ghost of Yote's. It's like I'm not really playing these games for the story anyway. Like it's mostly the exploration, the world, and the gameplay loop that is what makes the game worth playing. And I think the stories are about on par. It is very funny and kind of awkward that Ghost of Yote and Assassin's Creed Shadows have an eerily similar story. I cannot express how close they are. The only difference is there's a black guy in Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's not the only difference, but broadly, it's very similar. But yeah, the world in Ghost of Yote is just gorgeous. I really want to play it again, to be honest. But in PlayStation fashion, I don't know why the fuck they do this, but they don't launch their games with New Game Plus. They leave it for a future update, which is annoying to me. But is what it is. I guess I'll wait. But yeah, absolutely terrific game. In preparation for Tron Ares, I watched Tron Legacy for the first time in at least 10 years. It was good. Definitely. It's interesting because when I initially came out of Ares, I felt story-wise they were on par. I don't know if I agree with my past self. I think that with some of the concepts they use in Ares, I think are more compelling than Legacy, but Legacy is a much better told story.
I most definitely agree. As well as in preparation for Ares, I did watch Legacy for the first time, and I liked everything about what Legacy was doing, and it was one of those things where I was like, man, like, you know, like, because we watch our movies like pretty early. I'm not really a fan of seeing like movies like late, so it's like midnight, and I'm like, man, like, should I watch Tron 1982 to like just have better preparation for Legacy? I was like, nah, like, I'm not trying to do that because I actually just want to go to sleep. And I watched Legacy, but they give you enough context for what happens in 82 that leads up to like Legacy, and I'm just like, okay, like, cool. Yeah, I also just like the aesthetic more of Legacy for sure. Like, I like the games, I like the whole grid aspect and everything. Obviously, the biggest thing, I mean, given at the time it was pretty big, but now it's just like, the CGI for
Jeff Bridges. Yeah, pretty rough.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
First of its era, though, you know. So, I mean, I think time has been kind to it in the sense that, you know, it was the first of its time. But yeah, at the time, yeesh. It still is yeesh, but it's like it's more of like a quaint, like, oh, you tried kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it story wise. I really like the characters. Jeff Bridges carried the shit out of the movie. He's like the one. Like, I just love that he's just like Jeff Bridges. He's just like, oh, you're messing with my Zen thing, man. Like, biochemical jazz or whatever he says. I'm like, I fucking love this guy. Yeah, delightful performances. Martin Sheen was great in it. The visuals were great outside of the CGI Jeff Bridges. It's like the modernization of the Tron look was so iconic at the time. It inspired a lot of different things. You could see like the proto versions of a lot of Kaczynski's future work, which is cool to see. It was just a good fucking movie. It's one of those. I feel like I was gonna say I feel like, but I've also heard it many a time that Legacy gets better every time you watch it, and I'm inclined to believe that. I wish. Yeah, I think that's, I guess, my biggest problem with Ares is that we didn't get a lot of the Tron stuff. There wasn't a lot of like the cool disc throwing. And a problem I have with both Legacy and Ares, this is more of a me thing, but my favorite thing about Tron is the bikes. I think they're so fucking cool, and I feel like both films underutilize them. But I just think they're cool, man. I think they're cool. But yeah, Legacy, really, really solid. Then I watched Psycho. I guess I knew less about Psycho than I realized. Like, as everyone knows, you know, the scene in the shower with the knife and shit. But yeah, at past like that point in the film, which is like maybe a quarter through, I was like, I no longer have any idea what's happening. Have you seen Psycho?
A long time ago. Probably whenever I was like a wee lad. Yeah. But I haven't rewatched it since.
it's like, because it's like what, from like the 60s or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's the 60s. So you got to have like, you know, there's the detective character and the girlfriend that's like, oh, you know, we got to get to the thing. And, you know, there's the Bates Motel. You know, we got to get a private investigator, see what's going on there. And everyone's like that. But Anthony Perkins, who plays Norman Bates, gives this absolutely timeless performance. You could pluck him out of Psycho and pluck him into any movie today, and it would still work. I can't say that about any other actor in the movie, which isn't a knock against them. It's just, you know, it was the 60s. But Anthony Perkins was just fucking delightful. Of course, father to Osgood Perkins, who's making movies now. Who I also found out, Anthony Perkins specifically, gay. He's gay. Which, if you watch Psycho, is quite obvious. There's some stuff out there that's like, oh, he's bisexual because he had a wife and kids. Yeah, no, man, he was gay. Like, it was the 60s. You think he's gonna be openly gay in the 60s? Yeah, no, a lot of gay dudes had a wife and kids because it was the 60s.
Yep.
But yeah, it was very good. I didn't know where it was going. And I definitely see how it became so influential throughout basically any and all horror films. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's one of those things where it's like, oh no, I gave it a 9. It's one of those things. It's like, because it's like the originator of a lot of tropes, you see where a lot of the stuff is coming, but it's one of the things you got to watch it, you know, in the time that it was made in. But yeah, the biggest thing I got from the movie was Anthony Perkins' just ridiculously good performance. I also watched Minority Report, Steven Spielberg, Tom Cruise. This is one I had seen clips of, but I had never gotten around to watching, and I didn't know what it was about, and it was a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. It's about have you seen Minority Report?
I have not seen Minority Report. Okay,
well, Minority Report it takes place in the future, and basically Tom Cruise and company are part of this group that are cops, but they're like time cops, or I think they call it pre-crime, where they stop and arrest people for crimes that they're about to commit but haven't committed yet.
So like this is like Civil War 2.
What?
Comic Civil War 2. You're fucking don't fucking do that shit to me, bro. I was
thinking the Garland movie.
No.
I was like, what are we talking about? It's Civil War.
Yeah, and I said Civil War 2.
I was thinking TOO. Hey, bro.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hey, bro, blame the English language. It's not my fault. But yeah, they arrest people before crimes are actually committed. And, you know, there's a bunch of sci-fi shit. There's like people who can like see the future and shit like that. But yeah, I didn't really know what the movie was about. It was really funny. Because it's Spielberg, so there's a chase scene in this, like an on foot chase scene with Tom Cruise that felt very Indiana Jones, and I was like, wow, this feels like a lot like Indiana Jones, and I realized, well, yeah, it's Spielberg. But like all Tom Cruise movies, Tom Cruise is kind of just okay in this role. I feel like Mission Impossible is like the only movie I'm like, or the only series of movies where I'm like, no one else could probably do this other than Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise is the only fucking person batshit enough to do a lot of the stunts in the movie. But yeah, he's fine in this. But the story was, like I said, a lot darker than I anticipated, which was a really nice surprise. I kind of thought it was just going to be sort of standard sci-fi movie, and in a lot of ways it was, but there's a lot more fun stuff than I thought it was. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Very good. I would add it to the list. If you haven't seen it, I would add it to the list if you're feeling like a sci-fi. I also watched Gone Girl. Here we go. I watched Gone Girl. It was okay. I feel so bad because literally everyone I follow with a range of opinions seems to love this movie, has given it either a 4.5 or a 5. There's only one person I follow who gave it a 4, but I gave it a 3.5 because it was fine. I just, like, I went into this not knowing I didn't know what this movie was. I knew it was Fincher. I knew it was Ben Affleck. That's pretty much all I knew. And I knew because it's Fincher, it's going to be, a mystery of some kind. But yeah, it's because it's not even like, I wasn't like, oh, super excited to watch this. Oh, I can't wait to love this movie. But I came out very disappointed. I felt the movie was far too long. It's like, I mean, the movie's 10 years old at this point. So I'll say some spoilers. It's like once she comes home, it's like I felt like the movie lost where it was going. And then like the first quarter of the film, I was completely on board. I was like, I'm loving this. This is great. I'm sort of seeing where this is going. There's motive, there's reasoning, etc. And then I feel like it kind of just loses its way because once you get to it's revealed that the Gone Girl is kind of just a psycho woman. Like at some point in the film, it just felt like I get it. And then when she showed back up, it started to feel like it was good. It was picking back up. And it was like, okay, she's back home now. Ooh, what's this gonna be like now that they have to like live together? How are they gonna navigate that? And then the movie just ends. And I'm just like, I'm not against. I think I talked about this recently. I think I'm not against ambiguous endings or leaving things unexplained, but instead of ambiguous, it kind of just felt unfinished. And I feel like apparently in the book, which the movie's based on a book, apparently in the book they do this, but I feel like the movie should have leaned into more how Ben Affleck's character is also a piece of shit, because the movie like starts out like, okay, Ben Affleck's character is a piece of shit, and it gives the wife character motive to do what she did, and I was on board for that. I'm like, word, you're gonna fake your death, you're gonna go and live out your life elsewhere. I'm 100% on board. Solid. But then it's like, okay, Ben Affleck is a piece of shit, he's cheating on her and stuff like that. But then it's revealed that like she's like sort of like always been a psycho, and with in past relationships she's like accused men of rape and gotten them like put them on the sex offenders list and stuff like that. And it's just like, then I was just like, okay, it at some point it felt like the movie shifted to being like, she has a reason for doing this, to this bitch is crazy. And the movie felt like it was completely on Affleck's character's side, despite him being a pice of shit. Obviously,
it should be.
Obviously, she's worse, but at least initially she had motive. Yeah, I don't. It felt like, I put in my review, it felt like in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where they blew up the orphanage because they had too much of a point.
Yeah,
it's like it's like, oh, she has every reason to do this. Ben Affleck is a cheater. He's abusive. So she has the motive, but actually she's a piece of shit and she's killed and is insane. That being said, it's David Fincher. The direction is incredible. I don't know. I was just very disappointed, but I gave it a 7. Then I watched Don't Look Up, the Netflix film from Adam McKay, director of, the Big Short and Vice. It's definitely not his best, but it's still a solid film. It's about it's about a lot of things. You could say it's about climate change. It's about sort of the pandemic and misinformation and the news cycle. It's about a bunch of stuff. But in classic Adam McKay fashion, he makes America look extremely stupid and evil and incompetent, which is, true and accurate, but it is depressing. It's not his best, but it's good. It's funny. It's sad. It's depressing. It's beautiful at times. So yeah. Also, Leonardo DiCaprio. It was unintentional, but Leonardo DiCaprio is also in this one, and he's pretty good in it. He's pretty good. Oh, you know who was in Don't Look Up, and I was really happy to see him. Fucking what's the character's name? From Daredevil, the guy who rolled throughout all the Netflix Marvel shows, and he keeps getting his shit rocked. He keeps like
Turk.
Yes, Turk. He's like a main guy in Don't Look Up.
Goated.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's Turk. Hell yeah, good for him. Then I watched Die Hard 2, and Die Hard 2 compared to Die Hard 1 is almost worse in every single way, but only slightly. So it's still a good movie, but yeah, it's just not as good as the first one. I feel like that doesn't happen a lot anymore. The sequel is either better or it's much worse, and this one's like, it's worse, but not by much. It's still good. We need more of those. I watched Weapons.
Yes, you did.
Despite after Torn told me to watch it a million times, despite me telling him numerous times I was gonna get around to it once it got on streaming, and it got on streaming, so I watched it, and it was fine. It was good. A lot of the controversy I see is about the either the second half or the ending. I thought the ending was very funny. I liked a review on Letterboxd that pretty much summed up that feeling. It said you could tell this is made by a former sketch comedian because it's almost entirely set up for one really good bit, and that's pretty much how I felt. I felt like it was about on par with Barbarian. My biggest issue with Weapons is that it didn't explain a lot of its concepts, like the big gun in the sky. Like, okay, what does that mean? Gladys appearing in people's dreams. Why? How? Like, I can suspend my disbelief that magic or witchcraft is real, but Gladys, it kind of, at least by the end, just seems to be nothing more than a batshit crazy lady witch. Like, yeah, I don't know. If I feel like it didn't explain a lot of its concepts, but as far as the tonal shifts go, which a lot of the complaints seem to be about, like, I don't really get how people got like, oh yeah, it's actually a comedy out of this, because like there's comedic moments. I would call it a comedy. There's comedy in a lot of horror films, but yeah, I don't know. I thought the ending was hilarious, and I guess it didn't fit tonally, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, it was good. It was just, I do agree with a lot of the sentiment that it wasn't as good as sort of the pre-release press sort of let it to be. It was like, oh, it's like one of the best scripts, and like it's going to be an all-timer and stuff like that, and like it's good, but I don't know about an all-timer. Let's see, what else did I watch, Torn? What else did I watch? Oh yeah, Torn, we both watched Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Yep. I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty fun movie. You seem to not like your cousin in it as much.
Seems
I'm not
racist, man.
gonna.
Just because we're both biracial, you're a racist.
That's not racist.
I think you're racist.
And y'all just look alike. Um, but I'm gonna say my non-spoiler review only because the movie has yet to release. We got to see it early. We got to see it like almost a month early, which is crazy. But for me, when it comes to like to these magic movies, like I'm able to suspend my disbelief, like or my belief. I'm like, like I'm here to turn my brain off. I like it. Obviously, there's some things in these movies are just like that wouldn't happen, or like things or people would feel a certain way, like if things like just like this is not how a person would react to that. But then again, like I said, I was like whatever, right? But for me, my problem with the movie was that like you have like these older characters or the older cast that has like the newer cast, right? And my problem with that is you dumb down your A-list actors or your B-list act whatever your higher scale actors to lift up the newer actors in some way, shape, or form. Like there was a part in the film where like they're at a door, and obviously Dave Franco's character, if you've seen the other movies, he's a locksmith or he's a lockpicker. He's a master lockpicker, right? And then he's trying to figure out like what it is, like what's wrong with the door, and the other character is like, like maybe you should step aside, and they end up like getting into the door. Like she ends up like solving how to get into the door, which is like okay, like it's cool to like see them get action and to have them like be a part of the story, but like I feel like you shouldn't dumb down a character for that. And then also like I also get that like it's supposed to be for comedic reasons, but like that's something that I feel like you shouldn't have done. But like I said, I think that like for the most part I really enjoyed it. um I like seeing the ensemble cast. It has great visuals, it has some awesome set design, but I want to rewatch the film again whenever it officially comes out so I can give another updated review. Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Fair
These
to say.
movies are like my Fast and the Furious, where like they're dog shit, like they're fully dog shit. Like I'm sorry, but they're
crazy.
dog shit.
Dog shit is a crazy word to say.
They're dog shit, but it's a pretty fun time. You know what I mean? Like all the magic shit is like almost all of it is completely unrealistic. But then I'm also like, ooh, fun. You disagree with this, but I told you like the cast has fucking zero chemistry. I don't think yeah. I don't think they have any chemistry fucking at all. The plot is nonsensical. It's just a bunch of coincidences and like, oh, but what about this? Oh, how do we figure this out? Oh, this thing.
Yeah, there is, I think in this movie a crap ton, there is a certain character that like sets up the entire thing. And that is a part where I'm like, okay, that's a little far-fetched. The magic shit and like the elaborations, it's like I can get behind that, but it's like there is one person that set up the entire thing from beginning to end, even as so far as to like going to different parts of the country to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay.
Well, no, it wasn't just one guy. It was.
Well, I know. No.
Oh, right. We don't want to spoil it. We don't want to spoil it. Right.
Well, I'm saying like it ends up being that one person because he has that.
As far as the motivation, sure.
Yes. But it was the collective as a whole, but yeah, no, that's the part that I can agree. It's like, oh yeah, that's like the writing is like, okay, that's like really fucking crazy. But the magic shit and like how they're able to do things, I don't care. It's like, it's magic, magic is something that we have yet to, maybe in that universe they're just doing shit that we haven't yet to see. I mean, David Blaine has yet to do it. Chris Angel hasn't done it yet.
Done what?
Houdini. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, they're doing some crazy shit that our magicians have yet to do.
Exactly. That's the fucking problem. All right.
I know.
Look.
I'm saying, like, I'm saying that, like, even though we can agree to disagree, I can understand where you're coming from, because in that universe, they're able to do shit that we have yet to do.
Absolutely not.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Look, like, I'm a fucking loser, but I'm a big fan of magic. I've since a wee lad, I've been a big fan of magic and how it's done. And some of the tricks, like how do I do this without spoiling it? There's that part in the building full of tricks where they're having a trick off.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a couple bits in that where I'm like, okay, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. I don't know if they're doing it for real, but you can do it. But then there's other things where I'm like, this is complete bullshit.
Like I said, bro, it just hasn't hit our universe yet.
That doesn't make any sense. They don't set that. It's not a fucking sign. That doesn't make any sense, Toro.
What did Barry Allen say in The Flash?
Hey, I'm the fastest man alive.
I am
Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist, but with the help of my friends at Star Labs, I fight crime and fight other metahumans like me. Something like that.
But he also says, I am the impossible.
Yeah, so, like, in a universe filled with metahumans that have superpowers,
But that's the thing.
Shut up. They're dog shit. They're dog shit movies that don't make no sense. I don't give a fuck if we were personally invited by Jesse Eisenberg himself, which we were. Dog shit.
Bro, I'm just saying, they're doing the impossible. You can do the impossible too. And like, I don't understand why you're so maybe because you're mad because you haven't yet to experience the level of magic that they're doing. Do you want to become a magician?
I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I watched Shutter Island. Scorsese. Do you say Scorsese or Scorsese?
I say Scorsese.
Yeah, same. Apparently it's Scorsese, but I don't give a shit. I'm saying Scorsese. Yeah, Shutter Island was, when I made my letterbox and put it on my watch list, one of the first films I put on my watch list, and I just hadn't gotten around to it until now. I had three main takeaways from the film. One, I adore Ben Kingsley. He's just delightful in this. He's delightful in everything, but Ben Kingsley is just awesome. Two, the ending, which I won't give away, I thought was really great. It's ambiguous, but it's pretty obvious. It's plain ambiguous, but it's not ambiguous. It's not an ambiguous ending. Although some people debate the ending, it's pretty fucking clear. 3, this look, I wrote this on my letterbox, but like, this might be the most loser shit I'll ever say. But if you tweak the script a little bit, change some names around, switch a couple plot points here and there, this movie could have been about Thomas and Martha Wayne. And low-key, like on some Joker shit, except good. Could have been pretty cool. But part of me, I wrote in my letterbox review that I wish I didn't know the twist going in, but in hindsight, I don't think it really mattered. I think if I knew the twist or not, nothing really would have changed about my enjoyment of the film, because we've talked about this before, but if something is predictable, or if you know something beforehand, it's not necessarily a bad thing as long as the execution is there. And the execution was there for this. It's also like, it's one of those movies that probably hits harder on a rewatch when you know the twist. And since I went in knowing the twist, I could pick up on some of the stuff. But yeah, it was really, really well done. This initially, I felt like the score was really good, but I found out that the whole movie is essentially scored by like, it's a bunch of different tracks just put into the movie. It's not an original score, which is cool. I didn't realize that when I was watching the movie. But yeah, there's a piece of music in this film that's basically uses the main theme, and it's very, very good. But yeah, did you say you haven't seen this, right?
Seen what? Shutter Island?
Yeah.
I saw it on the kill count. No,
Bro,
not on the kill count. I saw it like years ago on YouTube. Like I saw like an explanation of it.
why would you?
I don't even like I know you're saying like there's a twist, but I don't even know like there's like I don't even know like the twist you're talking about. Like I genuinely saw that video like a long time ago and I don't remember. So like when I watch the movie, it would be like new to me.
You should watch it. Genuinely, it's very good.
Where did you watch it on?
That's, I want to say Paramount, but I don't remember.
No. Sorry.
Shutter Island.
Looks like I'm gonna have to wait 10
Never mind,
years.
it's fucking gone.
Oh my gosh.
Man, it's on Pluto for free, but
nah, I got it.
if I had to complain about anything, not Mark Ruffalo, Leonardo DiCaprio was like sort of doing see, you know, this kind of thing. It's not that harsh, but yeah, subtly. I don't buy it. To be honest with you, I don't buy it. But you settle into it. You know who is terrific in this? Mark Ruffalo. There's also, again, even sort of knowing the twist, but not knowing the exact specifics. Going into it, I thought was a lot of fun. Ben Kingsley's character in particular, you don't know which side of the fence he lands on, but I like the whole time I like trusted his character because it's Ben Kingsley. I don't know, I like Ben Kingsley, but yeah. Anyway, I also watched Heat. Sorry to say that I thought it was fine. I wrote in my Letterboxd review that I think I've come to the conclusion in my 25 years of life that crime drama films aren't really for me. And I'm sure there are some outliers. You know, there's outliers to everything. You know, I don't like horror films, but I do like Scream. But yeah, like I feel like a lot of the crime movies I've seen, like The Godfather, for example, I'm like, it's fine, I guess. And it's like, and now I'm like worried because like Goodfellas has been on my list for a while. I'm like, am I gonna like Goodfellas? I don't know. I didn't like Heat. I didn't like The Godfather. I don't know, man. Val Kilmer was great though. He was great in this. But yeah, another one of those another movie where everyone I follow has given it either a 4 to 5, except Aman Vellani, who, like me, wasn't really a fan.
One thing I would disagree with her on.
And lastly, I watched John Leguizamo's one-man show Freak from like 1998. This dude's life is fucked. It's like it's a comedy special, but through, you know, comedy, he's talking about his life and his childhood in particular, and his family life, particularly his father. It's just rough, bro. I'm like, God damn. I did not know. I didn't know it was like that, bro. I didn't know it was like that, but it was very good. I said in my review that was something cool about one man shows versus like a regular stand-up special is a lot of the creative liberties you can take in the show, particularly with the direction. And this special was directed by Spike Lee, and a lot of times you can tell because some of the shots in it are gorgeous. It's one of those things where it's like it's the live show, but it's also interspliced with some things that's meant to look like it's live, but it's not live. So you can get those really nice shots. But yeah, Spike Lee is a fascinating director because he'll do the right thing, but then he'll like direct some music videos and one man shows and specials and stuff like that, and then do a movie. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, hey, more power to him. Direct more movies though, man. He's fucking Spike Lee's goated. But yeah, that's all I watched.
For real, that's all you watched?
Yeah, I guess I was slacking. I don't know. What'd you watch?
What I watched. Let's go to my handy dandy letterbox here. All right. So of course we talked about Frankenstein and Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So let's on one bite after another. Okay, so let's start off with this. I watched Nobody 2, and it was funny because I had gotten a special care package from our local Santikos theater because I won a giveaway. They gave me like Nobody 2 shirt with like the sunglasses and like a little inflatable rubber duck. It was funny because I entered in that contest like back in August whenever the movie was released, and they just gave it to me like about like a month ago. But and then I was like, oh, because of that. Now I shouldn't. That wasn't even like a month ago. It was like this month. As because of that, I gotta watch the movie now. And it was one of the things where I wanted to see it in theaters, but it was literally only in theaters for like 2 weeks, and that was it. And I was like, damn, like there's like no way. But still, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the film a lot. It has great action as always. I like all the action pieces that they managed to do. It rehashes some of the stuff from the original, like in the beginning, kind of like in a montage, but it still ends up like working.
Is Christopher Lloyd in it?
Yes, he is in it.
Yay!
And he does a damn good job at what he does as always.
Yay!
So yeah, like I said, it was really fun. It's like, definitely like just, it is what it is. It's like a fun action thriller for the summer. Yeah. Like I said, I also like Colin Hanks is in it. I don't like Colin Hanks. I think he's not intimidating at all.
I get some of the Hanks mixed up. I mean,
he's not Chet Hanks. He's not Chet Hanks. But yeah, he is a Hanks. He's like the skinny.
Oh yeah, Colin. Yeah, skinny. So he's the villain.
He is like an antagonist. And like, bro, I don't find him intimidating at all. Like,
he looks more like Tom Hanks as he gets older.
Yeah. And then like, what you call it? There's also, I mean,
wait,
he's also a Dexter.
What kind of like antagonist is he? Is he like mustache twirling? What are we talking about here?
No, like he plays like a sheriff in like a corrupt town, and pretty much like his whole deal is that like he is like kind of like the middleman for like a drug distribution, and he's selling it to like kind of like a gang and everything like that. So that's kind of like what he's doing. But like there's like parts in the film where it's like he's like interrogating Bob Odenkirk. He's like, yeah, I'm the sheriff around here. Like, you don't do like, you're gonna do what I say, blah 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 blah. And it's just like, bro, like shut up.
Yeah,
he wasn't intimidating in Dexter either. So
I feel like he'd be good as an antagonist if he's doing like almost like an Agent Smith kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know about a sheriff.
Yeah, no. I rewatched Hancock. That was I still love this movie. One of the things I really enjoyed about this movie was one of my favorite lines is Hancock, he saves Jason Bateman's character from a train. Like he just crashes into the damn train, and of course everyone's like giving him shit, and then some lady's like, yeah, I can smell that liquor on your breath. And then Wilson's like, because I've been drinking, bitch. And it was just so funny. I don't know. I like the movie. It kind of gets like a little like wonky during like the like the third act. Because obviously like him and Charlize Theron's like character, like, you know, they're gods, but like if they stay together for like a long amount of time, they like start to like lose their powers and shit like that. And so because of that, like they're just getting attacked by like 3 like random henchmen who just easily escape out of prison. And yeah, I don't know. I watched Bring Her Back, another banger from Raka Raka.
Raka boys.
And it's so funny because like I want to know what went on. I like I said, I've seen Raka Raka like on and off like throughout my life, but I want to know what went on in their life, bro. Because like these stories are like telling something. Like they're just very grief driven like stories, and you know the horror aspect in this is like it's a little bit less than Talk to Me, because like both of the movies like deal with like possession in like some sort of way, and like people like dealing with like grief. But yeah, it's more this movie's like more eerie because it's like it deals with like cult shit, you know. But I think the execution was very well done in this movie. I think it's just like it's a wild ride, and I wish they had done a little bit more with the cult stuff, but like it's fine about like it's fine of like the moments that we've gotten in the film. Sally Hawkins is phenomenal. Give her an Oscar right now. Everyone else did like such a well job as you know, they did a really great job with the script. They were able to bring in that like authenticity to the roles, considering, you know, like both of the characters are like, you know, they're adopted and everything else like that. But yeah, no, I really really enjoyed it. Then I watched the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, and my gosh, it's so stupid.
You loved it so much.
I fucking hated it. I gave it a 1 star. I would have given it half a star, but honestly, like Jennifer Love Hewitt, I just love Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's gorgeous. But yeah, no, it's a dumb reboot because like I mean, obviously like the movie is you know, it's competently shot. Like it has great, it actually has like great visuals, and it has like really good color grade. And I was like, wow, like this is like the scenes are like popping, right? And it's such a lame attempt at being like a legacy sequel. I think it's like it's not as bad as like the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, but it's still like pretty bad because like and I'll get into it like later, or I'll get into it like in a bit. But obviously, you know, they're just bringing back these characters to make some money because no one's gonna watch like these like newer stars like in this movie. But my biggest thing was like the script, bro. Like they're trying to like Gen Z, Gen Alpha, like fucking like they're just adding like stupid shit like into these scripts, bro. And like obviously the people that are writing this are like fucking like they're fucking millennials, bro. So it's like millennials writing like Gen Z shit and like Gen Alpha shit. It just comes off as cringy. It comes off as like this TikTokified ass movie, and they also use like TikTok like music that like blew up on TikTok as well, which is like very, very fucking stupid.
What do you define the language?
Define the language. So like there's a part in the movie where like or there's like this woman, right, who's obviously meant to be playing like this like rich girl like type of shit, right? But like she keeps mentioning the fact that like in like, you know, while the whole ensemble is like dealing with like the killings and stuff like that, she's like, yeah, you know, I think we should like visit like my empath, like my clairvoyant empath. His name is Flair. And it's like what are we doing? And then she also mentions like astrology like a couple of times in the script. She's like, yeah, like just like, oh my god, like just Pluto and Venus and some shit like that.
Saturn rising, some shit.
Yeah, some bullshit like that. And there's another part of the script where it's like they keep, obviously, like, funny thing about this is that the most of the women had like a pretty good hand in like the script and stuff like that, like the script and the story, which is cool. Which is why like the cinematography was done, like the cinematography great, bro. It has some great visuals in it. But there is they keep saying a part in the script where there's like, oh, divas. They keep referencing each other as divas and shit like that. I'm like, bro, like this is crazy. But oh yeah, guess who directed the movie? It was the
Ty
writer
West.
for Thor: Love and Thunder.
You said the writer?
The writer of Thor: Love and Thunder.
Chris McKenna.
Jennifer Caden Robinson. She did this. She's the director and writer of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and she was a consulting producer on Hawkeye, which I found that it was pretty crazy. I was like, damn, like I didn't know you were doing this. But yeah, no. Also, like when it comes to like a legacy like sequel reboot type of thing, the motivation for like Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character makes no fucking sense like whatsoever. The whole thing about this, about this thing is that obviously the referencing what happened in 1997 with the original film, and over the course of time there was like a man who's played by, or he's a Tyreek Withers' dad, right? And he's like covering up the whole thing and shit like that. And meanwhile, in the beginning of the film, right, they're college kids who are driving on a highway and they cause a crash, right? One of the friends is getting revenge on everybody because like she killed like they killed someone that was like close to her while like she was like in like some support group, right? But the thing is that what makes no sense is that she was a person that like wanted to like not tell anybody about it, despite them like despite the person being close to her. So then she's also working with Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character Ray, who was also affected by the killings twice. And then his motivation for being a killer was like, oh yeah, like they try to get rid of us. They try to for what we went through back in 97, they try to get rid of us. They try to scrap it away. So I decided to become a killer as well. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing? I thought that's just like such a lame motivation to become like a killer or to be involved in like these killings. Like it's just so stupid. I hate it. Very bad movie. I watched The Blackening. It's also a movie that I've been wanting to watch for like a while.
And you loved it.
No, I wish I liked it more. But like, obviously the movie has like commentary on like blackness and like how black people react in like scary movies and scary situations.
I heard it felt like the movie was written by white people who like not literally, but it feels like a white person writing for black people.
I mean, like in a way, yeah, because like you have like there's just very surface level shit of like of like just like what we've seen growing up as like black people. So like for example, it's like it makes fun of like the main villain who's like a black conservative, right? And it's just like, oh yeah, like basically also like in the game of The Blackening, right? I mean, are you gonna watch this anytime soon? Okay, so they're playing a game called The Blackening, and like The Blackening is supposed to be like it's like a test of like how black someone is, and like they're asking like black people questions and like shit like that. But like the main like the icon of the game is like some like obviously like some like blackface like shit, and like even like towards like the entire like the house and like how it's rigged, it's like the cameras, they'll have like this like broadcast like like the typical broadcasting like filter but like in the middle it's like a fucking like the blackface type of shit. But yeah, it's basically the whole game is determine like someone's blackness, and it's like they'll ask questions of like, oh, how many seasons did the Fresh Prince have a light skin and Viv, right? Or it's like how many like, or like what is the black national anthem, right? But I feel like it's like, okay, well, they're trying to determine how black someone is, but they don't go into like how like how they're interacting with each other, because like basically the whole thing of the story is that like, oh yeah, they're just friends that haven't met up in like 10 years, and it's like what happened in those 10 years, like how are like how are their lives being changed. And we see that like a little bit. We see like one of the characters, he's like, oh yeah, he's an ex-thug and now he's married a white woman and now he's like reformed, right? But he still keeps like those, I want to say like, those nigga tendencies, right? And you have like, unfortunately, there's like there's like the big black woman who's like pretty loud, right? Her name is Shanika and shit like that. And then you have like the mixed person who's like, oh yeah, like you're doing this because your white side's telling you to. And then it's like basically it's like, I'm just as black as anyone else, right? But there's moments like that in the script, but like the way they're like, it has nothing to do with like how they're acting, like in terms of like the horror format. It's trying to be, it tends off going more in a comedic direction than a horror direction, right? And I think that's like my problem with it. But overall, like there's some stuff that's like that's funny about it. I wish I had liked it like a lot more, but I think just like it doesn't do as well as it given like its runtime. And it's directed by Tim Story, so imagine you start seeing the Fantastic Four show up.
Hey man, say what you will about the blackening, but at least he made Fantastic Four.
Right. Then I watched Slither, James Gunn's first film. I mean, I feel like James Gunn really establishes like his style like in this film alone. I thought like because it came out in like 2006, we're gonna see like some 2006 like dialogue, but we don't, and that's a good thing. Obviously James Gunn, like he was like a comedian, and he did like dark humor and edgy shit, but you don't see that in this work. But overall, I think it's like a pretty solid like science fiction like horror thriller, and it pays a lot of homage to like like a lot of films such as Evil Dead, and like a little bit of Alien, and like Society. If you haven't seen Society, it's a pretty fucked up movie. But yeah, I think everyone does really well here. I wish we saw more of Nathan Fillion. I mean, I think I'm always gonna want to see more Nathan Fillion because he's great.
He's the best.
He is the best. Michael Rooker, typical Michael Rooker shit, playing a villain.
Any N-words?
No, he does not say an N-word. There's no N-word in this script.
Boo.
At all.
I wonder how many times Michael Rooker said the N-word. He said it in The Walking Dead.
He does say in the he says the hard ER in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He said that was his best performance.
His best performance.
He said it was the best script he's ever read.
Yeah, that he dies in like the first season, like 4 episodes in. But yeah, typical James Gunn cast. You have Nathan Fillion, you have Michael Rooker, you have what was her name? Oh yeah, you have Elizabeth Banks, and then you
Jenna
have
Fisher.
Jenna Fisher. I wish we saw a little bit more Jenna Fisher. She's in it for like 2 minutes, and like that's it.
Yeah, James Gunn always putting his wife in shit, man.
Actually, not even 2 minutes. She's in it for like a minute.
Always putting his wife in shit, bro. He's got to stop.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, no, I think it was really good. I got to see Christy early, which is crazy. funny thing about it is that our local theater does like these mystery movie Mondays for $5, and I was looking at the runtime. I was like, man, like it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and my thought was it was gonna be either Frankenstein or The Running Man, and it was also like a rated R movie. And me personally, and it's always a movie that's a week or 2 weeks before it releases. But it ended up being Christie, which stars Sydney Sweeney, and it pretty much just it's a biography of the telling of Chrissy Salters. She is a famous boxer from the 80s all the way up until the like 2010s. And I think it's a pretty good film. I'm liking that, like, you know, I didn't really know much about Chrissy Salters going into this movie, but I think overall, I remember seeing like a few set photos and like some behind the scenes pictures of Sydney Sweeney, like, you know, boxing and like just kind of getting in character for the movie. Overall, I think it's like it's like a pretty generic, I wouldn't say generic. It follows a formula for some of the biographies, you know. It's pretty long in its runtime. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. However, I do think that Sydney Sweeney does put on a really great performance. I think she shows a really great amount of range and emotional depth that this character is bringing, considering that this film is displaying themes of like basically domestic violence and everything like that, and just overall like taking on more themes of like you know, like basically just like, you know, like LGBTQ themes, because Chrissy Salters is bisexual, and she deal with that in the 80s is pretty rough, like late 80s going to the early 2000s. So that was pretty rough. And yeah, I think it's a pretty solid film. I gave it a 3.5. Then actually that's not the last thing, but I watched Good Boy. Great. I think it's a pretty solid film. It's a horror movie being told in the perspective of a dog.
But was he a good boy though?
The Indy is for sure a good boy.
Yay!
The best boy. Nothing happens to the dog. And my biggest fear going in was that, like, you know, the whole thing of like this whole movie going in is that like it's about a dog who is protecting its owner from like demons or like, you know, just supernatural forces. And you know, my thing is that like a lot of movies, they don't, you know, they don't shy away from like hurting and, you know, hurting like animals and stuff like that. So like for me, like my thing going in was like, I'm scared that they were gonna hurt the dog in like some way. The dog doesn't really get hurt, but like it doesn't get hurt by supernatural forces, but like it, you know, obviously it's like it's crying and it's yelping, and that breaks my heart. But for me, I think the movie is shot really well. It's lit very well, and you know, there's not much story to it, but I think it executes it perfectly. I like seeing the just like the really low camera angles. There's not a lot of POV shots, but obviously when you're like using a dog as an actor, that's a task in and of itself. And I think they managed to do that really well. I think Indy is a great actor, is a great boy, good boy, the best boy. And I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's one of the movies I really wanted to see in theaters along with The Smashing Machine, but I just didn't get a chance to do that. But yeah, great film. And last thing I will say is that I started watching the new It series, Welcome to Derry. Very, very, very solid stuff.
Did it make you more excited for Brave and the Bold?
Yeah, it actually does. And it
all right.
Like, well, no, because here's the thing, dude. Like, Andy Muschietti, I don't think he's a bad director. I think he dealt with like shitty stuff with The Flash. He definitely.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. They could have, like, I mean, there was a ton of directors attached to that. I think it would have turned out like almost identical if it was a different director.
But yeah, no, Andy Muschietti, he directed, I think, the first 2 episodes. And like, bro, oh my God, they're so insane. The first episode alone, it's like an hour and 6 minutes, but it's crazy. It's like the visuals are insane. I'm loving what they're doing so far of like, you know, the entire story of and like, basically, if you don't know, like, the Welcome to Derry story, it's like kind of like what goes on, it's like what's going on in Derry, like for the It book. It's kind of like, you know, these like little stories that happen in like, you know, the It book, and they kind of like go towards like the season 1 is like in the 60s. I think they're planning to go like all the way up to like the 80s, like for like 2 more seasons. But you know, there's a lot of like military stuff that happens in the in this stuff. I think also when it comes to like Pennywise, bro, it puts it into perspective, because he kind of he's taking it like a little easy on the other kids. In this one, like, bro, I'm just telling you right now. I mean, I know you don't really plan on watching it, but if you ever really do, yeah, they don't really shy away from like just destroying kids, bro. It's insane. And like, there's some people where I'm like, damn, like they're gonna make it all the way to the season. Nah, bro. There's a lot of deaths that happen, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But overall, I think so far, like for the second episode, because the second episode just released last night, or technically today, it's going in a really great direction. I'm also like loving like how they're establishing the adult life in Derry, because like pretty much in Derry, like obviously Pennywise is going for like the kids, but like when it comes to the adults, like they don't like they like literally just don't interfere with like kids and stuff like that. And it's like a bad thing if an adult does it, right? But yeah, no, obviously like this is going really, really well. I really want to see how the season is going to turn out. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, maybe like 8 or 10, but other than that, I think it's going really, really well.
Does Pennywise turn into anything other than the clown?
So far he hasn't turned into the clown yet, but as of right now, he is a baby mutant bat.
Oh.
And then one of them, he turns into like someone's mom. Actually, for some reason, he's turned into like 2 women as of so far.
Commentary.
Yeah. Well, Pennywise is. Some people refer to Pennywise as a woman.
Oh.
And
I was assuming they them.
Well, I mean, it's an it.
Hey, just trying to be respectful.
Nah, bro, it's okay. But
yo,
so, yeah, so far right now,
not USA.
No, yeah, not USA. There, yeah, he's a man. He's a mutant. He's a baby mutant bat thing, and he's also, as of the recent episode, he was like a tentacled type of thing, like pickle stain tentacle monster type of thing.
Then was that triggering, or was that just one of those like whatever?
No, it doesn't trigger me at all.
There was, I heard something recently that there was something, it wasn't a leak, or it was like a rumor or something was gonna turn into a squid, or I can't remember what the fuck it was. Oh well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I'll find out. He does turn into a spider.
I know, that's why I'm never watching that shit.
It's not scary at all.
Yeah, maybe for you.
For like, I think it's is it? I know it's the second movie he turns into a spider. It's the second one.
Hey, I'm only watching Bill Hader clips, bro.
Bill Hader kills that shit.
He's so good. I really gotta watch Barry.
That's all I watched. Barry.
Crazy how neither of us finished Gen V.
Oh, wait, I did actually. Yeah, fuck. I watched Gen V. I finished it.
Oh,
Shit.
Well, I guess I'm
Thank
alone.
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I
No
finished
spoilies.
NV. No, I won't spoil it. The ending is the ending. I will say it is kind. I won't even say that. I'm gonna say that I thought the ending was gonna go differently, but at the
I
end
heard
of
it
the
was
day, it is the
disappointing,
setup.
but I've also heard it was great. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think it was. I think it's rushed, but I just want to see how it's turned. I want to see how it's going to connect to the boys. I want to see what they do.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I'm cutting this season slack considering the
they had to rewrite everything.
last minute.
And then, like Lizzie Broadway, she said in an interview that she would have like a week to like memorize her lines.
Yeah,
and they were actively making like updates to the script.
Yeah, it's striking me. Some of the discourse around it is reminding me of like Born Again. It was people are like, "Oh, why is it? Oh, it's so. Oh, it's like you got to consider the context, man."
Exactly.
The fact they had to rewrite it so last minute, like, I mean, it sounds like you thought it was good.
I think it's good for what they did.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mentioned it earlier on an episode, or it was probably like off the air, but like you can definitely feel like you can definitely feel like the shift. Like you can definitely feel it.
For sure.
You can definitely feel like how the overall like story they were trying to do, and how much Chance Perdomo had on the cast. But I think they managed to do it in the most respectful way possible for the story and for the actual universe of the boys. There are some character moments that I just don't agree with, but that mainly goes for like Marie and Jordan that I'll get into whenever you.
As far as like,
it's
like
just
like character
stuff.
actions or
actions. It's like it's like stupid tropey stuff, but like I said, I'll get into that like whenever you end up finishing it.
I think I think I stopped on like the third episode when the initial batch dropped.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, you're fucking behind.
Yeah, I'm way behind. It's Transtastic. That's the last bit.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, no, there is like I said, like I think this season is good for what it is. I think like there is like I think in terms of like I think honestly it's just the finale that like kind of brings down the season rating a little bit. I would give like the season like probably like a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, ain't bad. Like again, it's like considering
it's not bad considering everything that went down.
Yeah. Again, like Born Again, like the fact that there's some people like, oh, Born Again season 1 is so dog shit. It's like they filmed half of a show, they had to rework it entirely, film another half, still incorporate the first half, and still make it like the fact that it works at all.
Yeah,
I mean they spend months, sometimes years, just like writing a season of television. They had to write that shit last minute, and it still turned out for you a 7.5. Like that's good shit, man.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like because there's some stuff that they managed to do like that not only like progresses like the characters, but also like just overall like the progression of like the future of like the boys. Because like it sucks because I wish like if the finale went differently, the boys would have been like the season 5 of the boys would have been so much like it would have been like a lot crazier than what it is. But I won't get into it too much because like I will be going to spoiler territory. But overall, like I said, 7.5 out of 10 for the season 2. And yeah, that's all I really gotta say. Thank you for reminding me about Gen V.
I guess it was just forgettable.
Oh yeah, unfortunately. That's it for me, officially.
Unless there's something else you're forgetting, and you're gonna kick yourself afterwards.
No. I feel like TV shows are like the easiest to forget because you can't log them in on Letterboxd as of right now, which sucks.
Did I watch any shows? I don't think I did. Oh well. Is that the show?
That is the show.
All right, well, thank you everyone for listening to the Avengenerds podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengenerds on Twitter. That's AVENGE Nerds, all one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at @itzenith_ on Twitter. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/itzenith, where I stream sometimes. Very, very rarely, but I do it occasionally. Where can they reach you?
At Tron Guy on Instagram.
Incredible. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Those will be linked in the show notes. You can also check out our links for your fan edition links you may be interested in. You can also review the show in-app on Apple Podcasts. If you leave 5 stars in a review, it will really help us out. Thanks again for listening to the Avengenerds podcast. We'll see you real soon.
Later.